Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Boy and Girl Thing. I'm Kit Smith, and I'm the author of the book, Let's Meet Our Match, Your Complete Guide to Success in the World of Internet Dating. And on my left is, I recognize this woman from somewhere, and for the life of me, I can't figure out where I know.
I just keep hanging in every Thursday night.
Not every Thursday night.
I know, we've been on vacation.
Yeah, and you are?
I am Cece Schatz.
Of course, I should know. Absolutely, she is.
I am.
And she has a title?
I do. I am the douanier.
Oh, awesome.
Of relationships. And what I do is I help bring you from relationship loss through the transition of dating to really finding yourself, living your best life as being single, and hopefully meeting someone else.
Well, it's really nice to see you again. Now that you refresh my memory, I remember who you are. Okay.
So what have you been doing on your vacation?
Just wandering aimlessly.
Yeah, you moved though.
You
relocated. He has new digs, a new mail pad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the ladies, look out. He bought all new furniture.
Yeah. That's. I'll probably need someone, if you could recommend someone, to put a little bit of feminine touch to my male digs, as you say.
Well, that's pretty easy. All you have to do is just pick up the stuff off the floor.
Oh, of course. What was I thinking?
I know.
That's not all that hard.
Hire a cleaning lady.
We're working on that.
Absolutely. That is, in our show, is about differences between men and women. And so before we start the show, let's kick it off with welcome to the show, everyone.
And thanks for hanging with us. We've been on hiatus for the last 4 weeks?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of things have been going on. My dad's been in the hospital, so yeah. I've had to, been a little bit preoccupied with that. You moved. And,
thank our lucky stars that Pop seems to be doing really well. And the recovery is a little slower than we anticipated, but the important thing is he does seem to be getting better, and that's what really matters. Absolutely. In the end. Absolutely. And yes, relocating has kind of thrown me into a temporary.
Loop-de-doop.
Yeah, you can call it that. But
he was searching online for his furniture, and he was doing all kinds of stuff. And it's really cool because I think you're moving forward in your life, and you're doing something different. You got a little bit nicer place.
The thing, I wasn't prepared for everything to come in boxes, and where I had to put it together. Okay, I'm thinking I got a new computer desk, and I've got stools and. No, not those kind of stools, okay? Bar stools and whatnot. And everything comes in a box. It needs to be assembled. So I'll be busy doing that for, the next couple of days or so. But I haven't forgotten about all of you. Never. You're never far from my thoughts or my thinking. And I can speak for Cece, too, in that regard. And we're going to be back, and we're going to try to be on a more regular schedule than we've been on.
We have to be because we've actually picked up a few new shows here on WGSN, and so we have to kind of stick with the regiment. After this is going solo with CC, my show, and sometimes you hang for that, but I don't know if you will or not. And then after that, we have Bruce Starr.
Oh, my favorite.
Yes,
my
he's
favorite.
The love coach, and he's got a great guest tonight on the show. He's going to kick off the show at 9 o'clock. So we're going to keep on going. So if anybody else wants a show or they want to be a guest, let us know. We'd like to bring you on board. It would be great to have you.
And that's another thing. We want to line up our guests for this show and offer their expertise, their advice, and anything else they want to give us. And so we're going to try to do that we're going to try to be more on a regular basis.
Right. Well, the whole concept of WGSN is really, the talk shows, it's really all about learning, sharing and learning. And so we want guests that have, their expertise to be able to bring it forward to help others.
Or in another case, a success story.
Absolutely.
There's a very real possibility that I'm going to...
We're a success story. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? We met online.
Yes, that's
and here we are together. Now, you know, and the
with
thing
just absolute incredible chemistry between us.
So you've got to put that in every
I love the word.
But the thing
chemistry,
is that we did meet. We did meet online. We did meet online, and we have developed this wonderful relationship, this wonderful friendship, and you know, we've become business partners.
And we get mad at each other.
I get mad.
We just had a little episode before we got started here. Here we are. Here we are. That's over with, and let's get to what's important.
I know. He goes, don't yell at me.
Don't scold me. I'm not your child.
So that's the difference between men and women. So let's talk about what's our subject tonight. What are we going to talk about?
Well, I came up with something I saw during the week. Okay. 5 reasons she didn't reply to your online dating message. And guys are like, I send out all these messages and I don't get anywhere near the responses that I expect. Well, maybe it's the type of message that you're sending out.
Right.
Maybe we need to analyze that a little bit and kind of help. We're helping both sides here because you know, we're gonna tell the guys what they need to do a little bit better, and we're gonna help the women to just simply, if a guy approaches you in an undignified or disrespectful way, goodbye, later, and just don't deal with it. Just don't deal with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's see. What is the first one? The first one is your profile doesn't say enough about you.
This is a complaint I have heard many times.
What? That the profile doesn't say enough about you. So what? You're not getting the responses? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Or you get the wrong responses?
What it is?
What is it?
What the women are saying here is you haven't provided enough information in your profile, and it looks like you just wanted to get through it as quickly as you could with no thought.
Right.
Okay.
Well, okay. There's a couple things. Speaking from a woman's side of it, is that when we look at your profile, because it is online, we want to think, are you fake? And so when you are writing your profile, if it's just kind of like a copy and paste kind of thing, we can kind of tell it. So then we're thinking, you must not be real, or you're too good to be true. You know,
a woman that is looking for a true, sincere guy who has the best intentions and is also looking for a quality relationship needs to express that in his profile to the best of his ability. You can't shortchange that.
Yeah.
Because again, I've used this old cliche several times on previous shows. You get one chance to make a first impression. And if your profile says, you know, hey, I'm just a normal guy. Hello, how are you? Let's go have fun. Well, that doesn't say anything.
Right.
Women, and I, you know, and me as a guy, I kind of like to see what you're all about, as you know, and when you respond to someone on an online dating site and you have minimal or very little information about yourself in that profile, well, you can expect not to get responses. Okay, you really need to flesh it out, if you will.
Right.
Okay.
Well, also about your messages. Let's talk a little bit about that, about the generic sloppiness of your messages. And for instance, I had a guy just recently. We were online, and he said that he wanted to chat with me. He said he would like to talk with me, and he asked me, would I like to talk with him? And I said, sure, thinking that he was going to give me his phone number and that we were going to call and talk to each other. Instead, he starts asking me all these questions online, like I'm going to be his email buddy. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
To me, I get right to it. I mean, I talk just a little bit, email, and then I get right to trying to talk to them in person. Because number one, if they're fake, you get rid of them pretty quickly because they won't talk to you. you know, or if they do talk to you, they're in another language, or, you know, they have an accent, or the time of day is off, or, yeah, you can pretty much pick up on it pretty quickly.
Sure.
So I try to do that. But also you know, the sloppiness of your typing, you know, you're not matching your words are not matching your profile, you know, so you've got, and we're looking at all those things. You got to remember that women and men, or both of us, we're looking at
one of the things, like, I can't necessarily say right here at the moment exactly what year internet dating sites began, but let's just throw out a number and say 1995.
I have no idea.
And
you know me, I would never know that.
Yeah, you know, and that's when the internet really started to blossom, really take off.
Right.
And internet dating sites are one of the things that took off with it. We've learned a lot, especially those of us that are a little bit older, have learned and had lessons that we've learned and information and whatnot that we've learned in all those years. And one of those things being that we become a little bit smarter, about picking out the fakes. And because of all the information that's passed along, because everything that everybody else has learned.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And they've passed
we've gotten
along.
savvy. We've gotten a little bit savvier.
Exactly. Savvy is a good word for it. We've gotten a little smarter.
Yes.
Okay. And it's just, there's nothing wrong with a little bit, how should I say, Hallmark greeting. Hello, how are you tonight? I enjoyed reading your profile. You seem like a lovely lady and someone I would enjoy getting to know. I hope you had a chance to look at my profile, and in my mind, I think we could be a very good match. Something along those lines. Be polite, be respectful, be dignified.
Well, the thing is if you're approaching a woman, she's looking for those things in a man. She's looking for you know, that. And so, and let's move on to the next one, because the next one, I love this one, is you're insulting and creepy. You know, so when you send out those messages, if you're not polite, you are creepy. You start talking about, you know, their body and all this kind of stuff.
Right. Or asking for nude pictures.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So the thing is when you do that, you're going to get the exact thing that you're looking for. I mean, if you want that type of person, you know, you want to hook up, then that's probably eventually down the line, that's what you're going to find. You'll get a disease or whatever, but that's what you'll find. But if you want a true, honest, real woman, you don't talk to her like that.
No.
You know.
No, and you should, and a respectful, dignified, classy guy should never do that anyway.
Right.
You should never do that anyway. One of the difficulties for a guy in this situation, though, is that women can have the most properly written profile ever, yet they're masking something that they're looking for, the adventure, if you will. There are for all the women that complain about how disrespectful the men are and the type of messages that they receive.
Right.
Okay. There are still too many women that not only accept that kind of behavior, but welcome it and encourage it. That's you know, the women, all you women aren't getting on the same page. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, that's because we're not all alike. You know, it's the same thing with the guys. We're not all alike. So the thing is you want your profile to project you. You want it to be of you. You want your messages to be the same way. And so when you respond, you want it to be like that. But your job, I would say your thing on the dating site is the connection. And so it's all about connecting. It's the same thing when you go out and you meet in person and you actually go on a date. Your first date, you're really trying to get the second date. The guys are trying to get the second date. And the same thing with the dating sites. When you make a conversation, you're trying to make that connection. And so you're trying to make the next connection. You're trying to progress it and move it forward, not be in a stall, nor are you trying to jump right into, you know, talking about something that's inappropriate because if you happen to get your rocks off with it. You know, that's just not what you do. A quality woman's going to shut you down.
Of course, you know? And that's to be expected.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, all of this great advice that we're giving on how men can create a better self-introduction, there are, again, still too many women out there that love it the other way. Talk dirty to me, baby.
Oh, I don't know about that. I totally disagree. I think there are women out there like that. Sure, there are women out there. But I'm
saying there's just too many of them. I'm not saying that.
Well, I think it's because our generation has changed. Our world has changed. Women are more aggressive now than they ever used to be.
And that's fine.
And I think that we're still in the baby boomers age, and so we feel like, you know, we're a little bit more traditional. And I know I'm extremely
a little more sophisticated.
Yeah. I don't want to put people down, because I think that whatever you're at, there's someone out there for you. There's a lid for every pot.
Okay. One of the things I've learned from all the years that I have been on dating sites, one aspect to this that I don't know if we've ever addressed this before. Again, this focuses on our age bracket, the baby boomers.
Right.
Okay. There are a lot of women. I don't have numbers, I don't have percentages, but there are a lot of women who have reached this age and now they're single, whether by divorce or death, that would like to say, hey, I did everything right. I was a mother. I worked a full-time job. I was a great wife.
So what is your point?
My point is that they get, a lot of them, again, I don't have percentages, I don't have numbers, but a lot of them get to this point in our age bracket, now they're single and alone. The hell with all that shit. Let's go have fun.
Well, I agree with that, but that doesn't make them a tramp.
No.
You know, they're not a tramp to do that. And they're not, you know, inappropriate women. I mean, I think that you know, when I first started dating, you know, and we started talking about sex, you know, being with another partner and stuff, you know, the thing is I don't feel like you have to wait 3 dates or 4 dates or this, that, or I don't think there has to be rules within doing things. And I don't want to create that on a dating site either, but there's etiquette. And that's the thing, is I think that you have to take the pace according to the woman. And so, okay, if she is a little bit more adventurous and you like that, okay, so be it. If you don't like it, then you need to back the cart up a little bit, slow it down a little bit. And I think that you can do that. Maybe she's just not appropriate for you, or vice versa. He's just not appropriate, the right person. You're going to meet people all the way through, you know, and there are going to be some that are right and some that are not right. And that's the beauty of a dating site, you know, is to be able to connect with all these people. So now you might have connected with someone saying, you know what, they're a great guy, they're just not the right guy for me. And you move on with that. It's not that they're a bad person or whatever. Maybe they're a little bit more aggressive, but if they are creepy, then I think you need to, and I would not ever hesitate telling the dating site if they are creepy, if they did something inappropriate, if they've sent you bad pictures, you know, inappropriate pictures or something like that. You need to tell the dating site that they're doing this, so that way they can get off the dating site. They can bump them off, because that's not appropriate behavior.
No.
You know, there are certain etiquettes within a dating site.
My personal feeling is that no matter what it is that you're seeking, if it's a true long-term, healthy, happy relationship and runs the gamut all the way down to one-night stand, okay, there's no reason still not to treat someone with a little dignity and a little respect.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
especially a complete stranger. What the internet allows you to do is hide behind the screen.
Yeah.
Okay, and it lets you be anonymous to a certain extent.
I like this one here. You mistake arrogance for confidence.
That's yeah,
and that's so true. A lot of people do that. I think.
No
When
question.
you look at their profiles, they want to appear confident, so they'll say a lot of negative things within their profile, but they're really just being arrogant on doing that. And so that's a shame. And so you want to be very, you walk a fine line there. It's hard. Written communication is hard at times to be able to. Yeah, you're a writer, so you don't have a hard time with it. And the thing is if I read your stuff, I'd say you're a little bit poofy because you
I'm sorry. What?
because you sugarcoat, I know that's my new word, but I think that you turn those words, you're able to move those words around, manipulate those words to kind of,
You're giving away my secrets here.
So, but you want to really get raw. You want to get down in with people and be real. And so you hide behind your words because it's easy for you to write so
eloquently.
Yes, and I was going to say that. But yeah. And then the last one is she's bored from the start. And oh my gosh, I can totally relate to that. And I'm sure there's a lot of men out there that says that we're boring too, that women can be very boring.
For again, in your case and my case.
And I'm not boring. So I say.
in our case, our ages, a lot of people still have not adapted to the technology, and consequently, a lot of things can be misinterpreted, misread, because they haven't learned how to put their thoughts into the written word in a text or a chat message. Okay, that's something I've never had a problem with.
Yes, because you're poofy.
I'm poofy, yeah.
You're able to bedazzle women with your words, and some guys cannot do that.
It's part of my charm.
Yes, it is. It is part
of my charm.
And the thing is, women that are going to be attracted to you are going to love that about you. Absolutely. They're gonna love that. So
I try to be a little more cautious and a little more patient. And when I'm approaching someone for the very first time, dignified, polite.
Your eyes are like stars
in
the night.
Wait a minute. Are you intercepting my emails? Oh my.
But don't you agree you shouldn't talk about their body parts?
Oh,
I mean, maybe their eyes or a smile, but you don't go below. I don't think you should go below the neck.
No.
When you're first talking, you shouldn't go below the neck.
And even at that, the appearance part of it is leave that go until
till you get to know each other a little bit better. And also you want to meet to see if that's real.
Well, and again, that's the assumption that's made that we wouldn't even be making this contact if I wasn't attracted to what I saw. And that's why the pictures are so important.
Yeah.
They
truly are.
I mean, you got great pictures on your profile. I'm automatically attracted. Let's learn more about you. Your pictures drew me in.
Right. Well, there was one guy that I talked to that he had taken gone to a car lot with a fancy car and took his picture, and then went to a boating place with a fancy boat. He took his picture there and acted like as if all those things were his. And that's really not what we mean about taking good pictures. You don't want to portray something that you're not.
Maybe we could make a whole nother show out of this another time, but there's nothing wrong with selfies. Okay? Get in front of your mirror, hold your camera.
Oh, now be careful with the mirror shots.
Well, you know what well,
you can do a selfie without getting in front of the mirror.
I know how to flip them around.
Well, anybody that's got a camera, a phone with the camera in it, should know how to do it. And if you don't know how to do it, go ask somebody. But you don't need to stand in front of your bathroom mirror with all your stuff in the background, and you know.
But the point is that it's one thing to see you all dressed to the nines for an evening gala. Then it's another thing to see you in cutoff jeans and a t-shirt.
Right.
These things will reflect your personality. If you're someone and you're a little bit of a country person, the cutoffs in a t-shirt, this is it. This is me. Here I am.
Right.
But if you're someone that wants to have an elegant life and you want to appear that way, well, of course, we're going to see you in business attire, long flowing dress, some sort of a special event. The point is, be seen.
Yeah, that's funny when you say that, because on my profile, I have I went to a radio gala that we had, and I had to dress up in a long dress and everything. I have that on, and then I have, just some with my friends. We were bowling. I got them on, and that kind of thing, and stuff like that. And then I talk to guys, and they don't even get off their sofa, and they're watching MASH 24 hours. And I'm thinking, like, come on, what are you seeing in my profile that I don't just sit around on the sofa and watch television? I mean, so it's funny.
Yeah.
So I do think that you need to look at people's profile, read what they've written, and be more relatable to that.
There's no question about it. And it can be one thing to be attracted to their pictures. And by all means, the pictures are incredibly important.
Yeah.
Don't shortchange how important those pictures are.
Yeah.
But the flip side can be that they may not reflect the real person. They're showing the physical you, but what are they showing as far as your day-to-day life, your activities, your interests, your hobbies, stuff you want to do, Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to have to close down the show because we've got to move on to the next one tonight. Cece with Going Solo with Cece. So I need to get on to the other platform. So I hope you guys will join me. You can just connect right here on WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. And I hope you like the boy and girl thing, because we love doing the show, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
I hope so too.
Yeah. So we'll see you next time. Bye for now.